Hey, how y'all doing out there? I want to get a drink of coffee. This YouTube thing takes a minute to come on, and I've been up all night trying to keep some damn coyotes away. I live out in the mountains for real. I wanted to respond to Starbird disagrees or Starpants, and actually congratulate you on a another entertaining and very twisting and aspersion laden video about me, and that's fine because you're very good at that. Back in the Nazi Germany days, you would have made a good ministry of communication. That's fine, but whatever, man. And like what I'm saying, y'all that don't know what's going on about the twisting and all, um, I made a video about the South African thing, and I want to say one reason why I did that. And here, Starbird, you're absolutely right. I got into business that was not my own business, but because of what you said is why I did it. And you just said it in your last video, so you can't deny it. But the whole point was, we have racial problems here in America, and it's kind of the same thing almost without. I mean, we have murder here in America. I never denied that. We have people killing people. We have people. We have knockout gangs. We have initiation into gangs with Mexicans, whites, blacks, everybody. There's some bad things here. Right below us is the worst in the world, I believe, and I hate to say it, but that's the way it is. It's the Mexican cartels. More people are beheaded there and murdered there than in the Middle East who get demonized, and I try to point that out. But the thing is that there are problems everywhere. The difference between me and you, Starbird, is the fact that I didn't pick a side. You claim that you're unbiased. You claim that you're off the riding the fence. That you're just like ragging both sides. And I have seen you do that. Matter of fact, you changed it. I didn't pay attention to you for a little while. I was off, and people from uh, I'm gonna say this out loud too because I don't want people thinking I'm a liar or that I'm paranoid. I do not know that he has any involvement in it. My whole point about him picking a side and usually pointing out that black people are doing crazy things in South Africa. He just did a thing about showing how Antifa you can be pro one way or another just by showing articles. So don't twist. You can't twist that, Starbird. This is why you have a basically it may not be your subs, but your audience, your views are a lot. Some of them are 10,000, 15,000 views, maybe even more. Are people in the comments there are white supremacist, white hater comments. You can't deny that. And anybody, you say your subs. I bet your subs are probably pretty cool people. And now that I know that you're married to a black woman, I'm pretty sure that this might be something you and her do together and maybe argue issues to point across with each other. And I don't know. I don't know. And I did cast aspersions on you and your old lady, but it was just to show the ones in your audience, the ones that watch your videos, the ones that see that you have picked a side. Like, because I'm going to tell you something. The only thing that got me involved was when the South African people, white people, started screaming that since I don't remember the 90 when apartheid began, but roughly around 96 to 2016, that there had been 70,000 white family members and people, farmers, wiped out in a white genocide. This one man came out in one video and said it was 70,000. And I was like, wow, why ain't the UN down there? Why ain't somebody done something about this? What's going on? I can't believe, man, I knew this wasn't going to be a peaceful thing, but wow, this is happening. When I looked into it, I actually had made a video and said it was 134. It was a little bit more than that. I believe it was 178 a year were murdered. And I mean brutally murdered. I never did. I'm not the guy. I love life. I get accused of being a tree hugger, but I'm actually a fighter, Starbird. Uh, but I will admit, I got involved in some business that wasn't my own, but it was only because I got people from Australia, I got people from England, I got people from South Africa that always want to comment on what Trump's doing or our government's doing or what we're doing, and everybody gets in everybody else's business when the race problem really is just as bad everywhere. But if you look at the truth, according to the South African government and according to the United Nations and people that pay attention to this, South Africa actually has a lower murder rate for anybody, including white people, than Europe, or Denmark, or wherever it is y'all come from. So I'm sorry about getting the history wrong and mixing it up a little bit. I do things live like I'm doing this live. My whole point is you can sit there and twist and entertain your crew. You can show the funny owls, You're a very clever man. Hey, I never said you wasn't a clever man. You got my attention. You say, oh, well, you got my full attention now, mate. Well, listen, mate, you got mine because you are clever. You do say things in a certain way, but it's because it makes me mad because you do twist things. And whether you're a racist or not, Starbird, your rhetoric is, your titles are, the way you lean is, and it draws in that kind of people, especially when you speak of South Africa so much. Um, and I bet a lot of these people in the beginning, if they would have known anything about you, and maybe your subs do that we can't see, but your audience that you speak about in the issues and the articles that you talk about are strong to the white man down there. And some things that Australians seem to be involved in that a lot of. Now you know that there are white supremacists on your viewing list, your viewers, and probably some of your subs. You know that they got cool on that one video of mine. Let me explain to everybody one thing too, because there's two videos I'm going to explain. And one, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. The first one is there were comments about some from South African men, and it is common in South Africa to say you're going to rape somebody's baby. It's like a threat in that region of the world. For some reason, that's a threat. There were 6 of them. There was a bunch more. It was rough, Starbird. I don't care what you say. Them boys is rough, and you know they was. You didn't really go in the side comments. You just went in but it don't matter. Uh, my daughter wanted to do some Interpol thing because she saw just some of the first comments. So I did take the comments off. I did. The only video I've ever made for my daughter's sake. It was her daughter you were talking about, my granddaughter. Or they were talking about. I put you in this because you kind of became a spokesman for them. And then you made 2 videos about me. We could have left the first one alone. I've done that with several other bloggers because I get into it because I'm outspoken. But I'm not trying to convince anybody to do things my way. I'm just pointing things out as a brother. I guess you really know that, but you twisted that too. My subs or people, my friends are laughable. No, we just have our opinion. And when I lean their side, see, yours will jump in. That's the point I'm trying to make, Starbird. You and I don't have any power in the world. Now, I'm not doing this for any kind of money. Actually, you want to know why I do this? If you look behind me, they spray us over here. They're spraying our skies, which is killing my Mother Earth here. I don't live in the jungle like you, but I live in the Appalachian Mountains. There's hardly anything around me. But you see that light coming down, that fluorescent light. It's all going to change, Starbird. So I'm trying to get some unity. Plus, there are some things about that I hate over here. And you even admitted it. Here's that one part. You even admitted that with all these race problems going on, you know, it's getting baited or it's getting pushed by one side or the other. That's, if you'll be honest with yourself, that's what you do with your channel. And all your titles, 200 and something videos on there, and 72, 73, 400, 500 subs, man. Growing channel. A lot of it in the beginning was sensationalism, white supremacy or black supremacy, I guess, or whatever. The white man not getting a fair shake in South Africa, and it brought on a lot of those people from that region. Now, in saying that, I did make a video to the black people there too as well when y'all called me out about being on one side or the other. Let me tell all of y'all people out here, and my friends, my subs, my people, my tribe, whatever you want to say. I believe in individual responsibility. I believe in self-sustaining. I believe that almost every human being that uses gasoline is killing my Mother Earth, and yet I have to use it sometimes too. So I'm in a catch-22 dilemma all the time in my life. What to do? So I speak things out. I'm just out here learning, Starbird, where you're out here entertaining. Because I noticed that you took your channel. This channel is on. Your channel is on entertainment. You list yourself as entertainment. I think that's a clever way of staying away from the computer and the YouTube or Google algorithms or anything, or people turning you in because well, it's just entertainment. I'm not a blog or you know a blogger or somebody talking. So the point is where I'm not so much your enemy. If you're married to a black woman, and I'm pretty sure you get a good feeling. But you lie and twist up, and like I said, you want to stay to the entertainment side, and that makes it easy for you to take a step away from what you do. People like me live in the middle of this. You're married to a black woman, yet I live in a country where I see my black brothers and sisters that are people I love, like my family, getting shot in the street by black and white police by everybody. It's not making it better that we keep this going. You have a little bit of power with your mouth. You got a lot of people that do seem to respect you, and they do like to be entertained by you since you're up as an entertainer. But the issues you speak on are volatile and they need to be spoke on. But when you know what, I'm gonna take a lesson from what's going on here in my own life and in my own simple redneck old way, my old Billy Goat looking goat fucking way of redneck philosophy over here, and just let you know I am a fighter. I don't believe everybody needs a safe space. You got people coming over right now. Your new sub saying they're your subs and calling me Buttercup when I live in the middle of the fucking woods. I eat shit, make a Billy Goat puke, son. I fucking do. I live like I want, but that ain't the problem. I want to see a unity, and if we could have some victories, maybe in South Africa, without you stirring up people. Because I saw in your own. Here's another thing: you didn't even realize this, and I hope you did. Maybe this is something you can brag to your black wife about, that you've done good for black folks, or in general. There were some 20 somethings, like this one boy was 20 years old from South Africa, and his dad had said something to me, and he had gotten there and said something. Well, I blocked his dad, but I thought I'd blocked everybody in. I thought I'd blocked everybody in the thing. Well, he came back on another video. I think the very first one I made after I got a strike and said something about it. Um, um, and he hammered at me a minute, and I'm like, damn man, don't y'all people ever get tired of saying the same shit? And then he asked me a question, and I asked him a question. And go back and look in your comments. Me and him made friends. I mean, if we didn't make friends, we made allies on the fact that our earth was fucked up, and that it's all this bullshitting around needed to stop. And he was trying to tell me that things there were a certain way. And man, he just talked cool and actually learned from a 20-year-old. I learned, and that's why I am definitely on here. My number one reason. And another thing is just to release energy and negativity sometimes. So that's why it seems like I'm some old fucking redneck hollering. But I do actually live on my own, Starbird. I do everything. My own. I'm sitting. I got my thing. Here's my desk. Is my jars of my own medicinal stuff. I do smoke pot for pain, brother. I do look to this mother for my food, for my water. I want to be clean. I want everybody else to be clean in their thoughts and mind. And maybe, because I always say think, but I think you are right about another thing, Starver. Before I get on this other video, and I'm gonna clear the air on it, and I want everybody to get air cleared on it, because the way shit's going these days, you shouldn't be casting those kind of aspersions anyway. But I just, you know what, that's bothering me so bad. You see how I feel about the first thing and how it went. The second video that you got me on was a 12-year-old kid. I kissed a 12-year-old girl. The title of it. This was a very important video, Starbird. It woke many people up. It had about 18,000 views with ungodly amount of likes, and everybody getting what I said. The title was, I kissed a 12-year-old girl and I liked it. And the thing was, the story was, the point, the lesson, the teaching and the learning part, Starbird, that you could be doing a little bit more and more like this on a deeper level, was that headlines draw us in on here. Your headlines, Antifa beats cop, or my headlines, this is it, blah, 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 and you make it sound good. We all know this is a headline generation. But the whole point was to draw you in. You was thinking I was going to admit to kissing a 12-year-old girl with this man. The thing was, it was about a story about me being 12 years old, me being in the 6th grade, getting up the gumption to go kiss a girl. And guess what? She was black, by the way, and that was why I never kissed her before. In the middle of that hallway, I did it. They pat on me and they put Romeo on the front of my shirt to shame me. That was the thing. But see, this is how you just twisted this video you made, and this is what I want his subs to see and to be careful of. This is his entertainment part. He had to make it look good, so he said, oh, and he made a video about kissing a 12-year-old girl. Not that it was to bring you in and warn you of headlines sucking you into shit that don't matter. That everybody goes by the headline. Trump's right, Trump's wrong, this, that, that. You just read the headline. You don't read the meat, the article. You don't see what's going on. And these people, I had to put a catchy headline to make a point about the headline. And I did kiss a 12-year-old girl when I was 12 years old. And I did like it. So whatever. It was a sweet story, and you fucked it up. You made it look like some pedophile shit. And there's the point I was just fixing to make that I was trying to stop to get fired up. With all the real pedophilia going on, Starbird, I don't know what your real name is, you and your wife, Miss Bird. With all the children being hurt, with all the children being murdered in your part neck of the woods. I don't know if you're over in Indonesia. I don't know if you're African. You said you're married to a black woman. That could be so many places. I don't know. You could be here in America for all I know. I don't care. That's not for the children. Say, why ain't we doing better by that? Because it's fucking hard times. We can't be picking a side between these extremists, Starbird. It is affecting people. It does need to stop. Look at what happened in Charlottesville, where you put up. See, this is y'all. This is his subs and my subs and everybody in the fucking world. This is how you can twist a story. He took Charlottesville and made it look like Antifa run in and beat everybody with probably truthful stories. Where the truth is, only 20 white haters showed up. Only 20 white nationalists showed up. Man, that was a fucking victory for everybody. But see, Starbird, you turned it into you fell for what the Koch brothers are paying for. You fell for what the left opposition is paying for. They are paying for people to be at these places, and instead of you pointing it out like that, you pointed it out and actually gave Antifa, the people starting shit, not the ones wanting their own America, not the black and different people. They are called different here in America, the minorities, but they keep making more and more minorities. We're all people. And until you quit separating it by race and taking up for one side or the other, Starbird, is it going to stop? But it is stopping here in America. And I wasn't going to let that live 70,000 South African, that sob story video that man put out. I can't remember his name right now, but he's the man that put out the sob story. 70,000 since 96 have been, it's white genocide. There is no white genocide in South Africa. There isn't. There is not. Not since 96, not since never. I don't care how fucked up I got your history. I don't care how bad I pointed you out and it was hard on you right off the bat. I'm sorry about telling people that have been hurt that karma got you, but there is such a thing as karma, and I'll get mine too, by the way, Starbird, and I'll grab it. I'll ride it like a wave, man. I'll ride it like if it's bad karma, man, I'll ride that wave hard and strong and try to get out of it the best I can. If it's good karma, man, I'm gonna be doing tricks off that wave. Come on, Starbird. There's a different way that you live, and there's a different way that I live. There's a different ideology that you have in a way of making money and whatever you consider money or whatever you consider right. And then there's my way. We both speak about it, but we're look at the kind of people you draw in. And look, I ain't saying I ain't got some haters in my oh good Lord have mercy. I got haters that hit mine regular. And I wish I had my analytics from my old thing. I had the letting everybody know, black, white, Mexican, red. That and last year when the Charlottesville thing came up, when the Tiki Torch thing came up, letting everybody know that everybody was tired, but that everybody wasn't on taking a side. That's when we started seeing some unity. And by the way, you want to talk about that did get me a bunch of subs, and that video got over 150 million views if you count with the rappers and all, and worldwide hip hop and all put that out. I added it all up one time, and I was amazed, but I was humbled because I don't got. Hey, let's get something straight here, Starbird. I do put donate if the message resonates with you, because you know what, it solves a lot of $5 and $10. Not a lot. I don't make anything off of it. It don't sustain nothing. What it does is people ask me to do that because some people just, like you said, come to you and they appreciate some message. They get something, whether it's hate or whether it's unity or whether it's, hey, I don't hate white people no more, or hey, I don't hate black people no more. No matter what it is, they feel like the only way they can thank you is through some type of compensation. So I say, if my message resonates, please donate. You do got a lot of accounts. You got the Patreon. I got a Patreon account too, but I don't know how to use it. I am ignorant on here. If I had an intro, I would have to ask somebody. That was another thing too, Starbird. You can play with the numbers. Like I said, when I said 6,200 on the video that you're busting me out on, and they were saying, no, you stop the video, and you go, well, no, there's 7,400. Well, when that video was made a month ago, or hell, more than a month ago, that was my first video I put out starting this channel. That was like July 4th or 5th or something. So I got to look that up. But so there you go. That's been out there a while. So yes, you grew 1,200 subs in a good while. Good to go. I had 27,478, brother. So you got about 20,000 more to go. That one good video to get out there to get you put out. But I had them from about unity and not taking the black folk side. My first video was when Obama was trying to cause race war problems over here in America by by demonizing the Confederate battle flag like it walked into a church in South Carolina and killed those black people. No, Dylan Storm Roof walked into that church and murdered those black people. And whether anybody believes what happened or not, he took credit for it. And they only added that rebel flag to pictures after they had this boy down because he was fighting for actually South African race issues and somewhere else over there. He was fighting for y'all's problems in South Africa. That kind of racism that he went into a black church and killed people. And then our president tried to twist that. So there's my passion behind making sure everybody knows the truth. Okay, brother? And I do say brother because whether you like it or not, everybody on this planet are all brothers. And a lot of your people came back calling people over there savages. I'm sure some people that the American Indian over here will call savages. I happen to be raised with by the Cherokee a little bit, so I don't appreciate nobody calling my spirit mother Magda a savage, or the lady that healed me after whatever. Um, where the biggest point is, what you do keeps the race war going. What I'm doing is making people think, because I want them to pick a side. Because hate ain't never going to go away, Starbird. People like you, and because you can't really get your point. You fell in love with a black woman, but you still got your white issues. You damn sure do, because you allow them kind of comments. You never, you say that you argue with alt-right. Yes, about y'all. You argue with them about y'all's internal politics. That's like saying if two cats get in a canary cage, which canary gets to get eaten first, by which cat? See, that's all y'all arguing about. You do think that you're better. The people of South Africa, there are some bad, and it is here too. But when you point out the racism in America and you pick an Antifa side, you're going to get a white. We're split dead in two here, brother. We're split dead in two. But the bad thing is, about 80% of this country don't give a fuck, and we're tired of racism, and we're getting it out of our lives and our hearts, our minds. We're through with it. Schisms. We're through with the schisms. All right. But when you play on it, you feed on the 20%, and it's 10 versus 10. It's like I don't even get 30 million white haters and 30 million black haters, and they always look for a reason. Man, it could be some artwork, it could be some spray paint, it could be a Twitter, it could be some comedy, it could be a song, and it will strike fire here in America. You strike fire here in America with your fucking white rhetoric about how the black people are wrong in South Africa and the white people are right. Just leave it alone. And it may be where you were from. I didn't get quite what you said. You said you never lived on Australian soil. I don't know where you're from, and I don't know where you are. You got a fake name. You do admit having a black white, big deal. But some of the people, many of the people that talked to me on my videos that came from you, these were no South African people paid attention to my video before you saw it. And here's the truth about the video, y'all. I did make it. It did lean towards, hey, these people are getting what they deserve. And I apologize to them after that, by the way, but not in a liberal candy ass buttercup way. Just hey, I put it out there kind of strong, and it made me lose the point. The point was things happen because of what people did before us. We here in America are feeling that now. The thing is, I'm really. You can continue to entertain these people, and you can continue to twist what I do. But like the man that yells fire in a 100-story building and pulls the fire alarm on the 50th floor, and people get trampled coming down, and they die, and there ain't no fire. That's the karma, and that's the energy that you're bringing on yourself, brother. Because all I'll ever ask these people to do out here, and everybody that knows me, is to think. Hey, and when I do think it's all mine, and the way that you're trying to bust me out about being a Christian hater, no, I don't believe in the King James Bible, but I promote everybody to be Christ-like, because I think the philosophy of Jesus Christ is a great way to live. So you twisted that too. You tried to make me look anti-Christian, and then you tried to make me look anti-Jew when I said it was a Zionist problem, not a Jewish people's problem, not the Hebrew people's problem. I admit and acknowledge the fact because I researched the history that the Hebrews are the original black people. That's you Moses and everything else back there. But yeah, they defy God. Read the story. I mean, if you want to believe anything in the Old Testament or the King James Bible, look at that story. And black people come out and admit that. And it was amazing that I had some of them coming back and saying, "Damn, Bill, it's hard to hear a white man say that." You know, I know what's in Israel right now ain't the Hebrew people. That's not God's chosen people. And God's chosen people ain't got a break because they couldn't leave Moloch alone. Read Acts when Jesus was still alive. If y'all know your Bible so well, and Starbird, you're calling me anti-Christian. I looked at that, and you called me anti-Semitic as well. You said I hate Jews, and because that's it. You try to find anything that can be used against me, but guess what? It really is your people, your viewers. It's like I said, but you just had a dude that said he was your sub, and I left him on there, and he might still be saying something to me now. Let me see. Oh no, he didn't say nothing back. I'm looking at some things. He said he was a black man and he subbed to you, and then man, he got on me, called me paranoid, and I know this ain't your problem, and it's but he did say it's one of your subs, and you say your subs don't do this, and that they're ethnic. Well, he was, and man, he just completely labeled me and stereotyped me just from what you said. He didn't even go back and look. He didn't have the time, and nobody does, and that's why I say. When we get a certain reputation with certain people for telling the truth, a lot of people will believe us until they research, or they might believe us and not research. I don't count on that. That's why I tell people to go look it up. That's why I don't mind asking a serious question or pointing out something that some people call conspiracy, because maybe they will go look it up. Maybe they will go look up the race hate stats in America and see that they're going way down. Maybe they will look up and research the fact that white supremacy and people thinking they're better in America it's just dropped dramatically over the last year. That only 20 to maybe 30 actual white nationalists even showed up at Charlottesville. They had more reporters. But like I said, what did you point out? The fact that the fucking opposition, the controlled opposition by the Cox brothers, showed up and supposedly beat cops and did all this other shit where I think there were a couple arrests and some pushing it. Hey, you better be glad that people like you that promote this kind of stuff, that only 20 to 40 people did show up and that only 1,000 Antifa showed up, because them cops was ready to kill everybody. Let me get that straight, Starpants. They kill us in America. It ain't the white man. It ain't the black man. It's the blue man, motherfucker. You ever had police state? Do you live in a police state? Do any of you in this world, in Australia, Europe, anywhere, you white hate motherfuckers, that any of you live in a police state? I got to worry about being shot just because of the way I look. They got to worry about being shot just because of the way they look. I look like a homegrown terrorist because I wear camos and I carry a 5-inch fucking K-bar knife. I don't even carry a weapon. I don't have to. I live in an environment that I completely rule or I die in, because that's the way I live. And many of us live free here in America, and the police are shooting us all down. And you keep a race thing going, brother? I'm just a dumb old redneck kind. I served in the U.S. Navy in a counterintelligence group on the USS Carl Vinson. I saw him make the Muslim boogeyman live from 1981 to 1983. As I grew up trying to defend the man, God, Jesus Christ, I more found out that it was a lie and that the King James Bible was not even as old as they said it was. And I became knowledgeable, but I also found a way of keeping who I am, which is a redneck Southerner that I don't care about none of this. All I love is that planet. Yes, I'm a Wiccan pagan redneck piece of shit, but I love my planet. And that means I have to love my brother. I know about energy. I know about frequency. I know about reality, Starpants, and we got to stop it. You got to quit running your mouth. When a man lies, he murders a part of the world. We've about killed this planet with lies. Ask them to think, Starbird. Ask them to figure out who they are. Let them really know who you are. Do a live video one time. I'll do one with you, Starbird. Or you get your buddy that threatened to do a video. He said, well, you're so paranoid, I might do a video about you, but you might even make you more paranoid. And I'm like, wow, why don't me and you do a video together, brother? That's what I told that guy. And I'll tell you the same thing. Why don't you do a video with me, Starbird? And we can talk about a lot of these things on how we can unite people, because it seems like you want to unite people because you're married to a black woman. But like I said, Your little devil on your shoulder ain't red. It's white. It's from South Africa. You got chip on your shoulder about some shit goes on with white people. And I blame you because you see, hey, I tell you one thing, brother. I think every one of us are on this planet to see things from a different angle. To see not the card they show us, like the Queen of Hearts, but the back of the card. Not just the back of the card either, but the side of the card, the edge of the card. All the way of looking at that card. You got your way of looking at things too. So that's how we all keep it real. You should have denounced the 70,000 genocide thing and really went with what the stats were, and I should have maybe really done a lot more research. I do value myself on being or I want to say pride myself, but maybe it ain't pride, but I do like to consider myself an amateur historian. I do like to look up things, but I was raised by school teachers. The thing is, I didn't want to lose who I was, and like I said, I wanted to be all I ever was. I was left in the woods at 3 years old. You want to make jokes about fucking son? I was left in the woods at 3 years old. My mom had went through a divorce. My dad was a Green Beret that came back home, and he was a Green Beret assassin, by the way. He came back home. He was crazy. My mom got divorced. She took it out on me because I had the same name. I was 3 years old. She used to take me out in the woods and leave me out. And this is the swamp, woolly booger woods, son. From the ages of 3 to 5 and make it sound like a runaway. And she just went crazy. But instead of fearing it, instead of it killing me, and you can believe what you want, but an entity came to me, and I call it the Mother Earth, and said if I took care of her, she'll take care of me. That's why I do what I do. I never had a problem with these people that you seem to have a problem with. We don't have the issues like South Africa have. They don't have our issues. But here in America right now, everybody knows that it ain't black versus white and Mexican. It ain't us, we the people. It ain't we the people. At least we have we the people in one spot, and we know it ain't us. It's a few haters on each side fueled by real old money and real old ideology of keeping us divided so they can fleece us. We know now that all of us Americans are nothing but cattle to them. We're tax slaves. And tax slaves are slaves. Nobody's going to be a slave in this country because it's supposed to be a free country. So why we take it back, man, and we stir the pot in other places. I don't like, actually, when you research South Africa, both ways of this has never worked. I wonder what the hell's going on down there. I don't think you need intervention. I think South African whites need to get together with South African blacks outside of the government and the politics of it, and the ones that actually live out in the bush and the jungle together and got the farms together, that they need to talk. But y'all all make it sound and got everybody paranoid that everybody comes up in the yard is gonna be fucked up. Like, so if a black man's walking up in the yard in South Africa to get some water or something, maybe no problem, not meaning to do nothing, and they're like, oh, Zulu man, and they kill him, and then that starts something, and that family gets murdered. I think a lot of that's what's kind of going on, but I don't know because I don't live there. And once again, for the last time, I apologize to any South Africans out there for getting any business. That ain't my business. But racism here in America is, and guess what? Guess what? Monkey see, monkey fucking do around this world. I hate to say it. I thought it was just in America, but it's around the world. And white people look at other white people. They especially look at America, since we're like 5% of the 9% of the white people. And like, where's what they're doing? And we look at everybody else, and there's what they're doing. The black people look here and there. And then it causes problems where there ain't problems. So you having problems in South Africa with racism, or us having problems with a police state here in America could ripple across the pond of the earth, and that give everybody problems. So that's why we got to watch our mouths. And I'm telling you that I'm going to watch mine too. There's a difference between being passionate and meaning what you're saying and showing people your eyes, letting them look in your eyes. Starbird disagrees, whoever you are, that we've never seen. That means a lot these days. I don't want to lose the reputation I got by you going out here with another video, and now probably another channel going to get shut down. And once again, I'm going to say it. I like the way you said something about maybe going to BitChute, and I noticed that Patreon can actually be used as free media. But I got my Facebook, and there's almost 90,000 people on that Bill Bunting account, and that somebody probably going to try to shut that down now. But that's where I really like to talk to folks. I'm only doing this live on YouTube because this is YouTube business. You're on YouTube. See, I let that off Facebook. I could care less about that. But I do Facebook Live, and then I put it on here. I found over 11 years, I found a great, diverse group of people. But I also want to tell you something else, Starbird. You know all that work that you put into those videos and getting people to create stuff for you, and you got a nice little intro and outro and blah, blah, blah. I just do mine this way. But I had videos of my old 15-year-old white English bulldog, Urban, right over here. See him sleeping right there? You know why he's sleeping? Because he's 15 years old and he's blind and he's deaf. And he'll probably be dead pretty soon. I had videos of him on there. I had videos of being in the swamp, was doing some amazing things. I had some of the best geoengineering captures I've ever seen on video, and I was very lucky to get them. I had videos of friends and family in Australia and messages to anti-frackers about clean water, uh, taking our lives back. And whoever it was, Starbird, but it started with you. It started with you making a video about my South African video. That's what really started this, and that's the whole point of this 35 minutes and 30 seconds that I've gotten to. You took away your people. I can't claim that it's you. You're right. But people from your audience are the ones, because they're bragging about it. They brag about it, that they did this for you and everything else. It was all on there when they did it. When on that last one, man, that was the craziest one. There was like 6 comments, and you know, talk to the people at Google. They didn't tell me a damn thing, but they did tell me that I was shut down on this thing where so many people can turn you in for a thing. And then I talked to some friends over in Australia that claim they're in and out with some of your other people, or like I said, audience. You can use, so you want to use the terminology. But anyway, that shut down a lot of good things, positive things for people, uplifting videos for people, things that were way beyond me. I was on the Appalachian Trail making some of those, and things that I was in a very spiritual place. It's always been about brotherhood anyway. So yeah, the angry Aries part of me, the fact that I was raised with black folks and don't like being talking about bad now, uh, things I took on my own. Yeah, I did that wrong, but your people, because of what you did, because of your creation, you created that video and gave it to them South African motherfuckers to come hate on me. And then I saw where you said you didn't condone it, but then you started hearting everybody's stuff. You took away a lot. You took away 12 years. I had 11 years. I had that channel since 2007. Um, I had the views, the minutes, all the duration of the watch. You know all the things you look on your analytics and see. My last $470, but I couldn't get it, so I'm not blaming you for that. I'm not saying you cost me no money. Um, there were some chemtrail videos I did a series of that uh, I monetized, and you can make a little bit, so you know how that is. But when that got to be a problem and that got shut down, I just kept doing it. Uh, it's gone. It's gone all because of some Maui fucking hate. So think of all your work being gone just because of some Maui hate. And I'm going to say this right here. I'm going to try to be as whatever. I think y'all should do what you want to do. Look at the content, both our things, and every son of a bitch out there, go do what you want to do and snitch if you want to snitch. But anybody that thinks that I called them and told them to go sick them because I kind of did, told you go look at his content, we can stop shit like this. Think about that. Think about that before you do it. I don't want to be the monster I fight. I don't want to be like these jackasses. I don't want to be like nothing but like me. I got caught up in this shit. I got wrapped up in it, man. I don't like people fucking with me. And that's another thing, Starbird. See, you hide behind some fucking owls and some birds and a fake name and some nice account numbers. I'm out here. I have parties where people come here. We meet, we hug. They can't, man. We have the best times out here. But here I am. Everybody really knows where I live. Nobody knows nothing about you. And then you fuck with me, man. You just want to fuck with me like that. You can't even see how I really am. After I blocked you after saying something on that video, couldn't you just said, hey, man, it's just, some redneck saying, if you really would have believed that it was just some old dumb redneck goat fucker that looked like a billy goat talking shit and made all kind of fun of me, you would have never had to make fun of me. You get it? I wouldn't have meant nothing to you. But what I said struck a chord, so you had to ridicule it and tear it down. Well, in the process of doing that, you took 11 years of my personal videos that I was using YouTube to store it. So for that part, fuck you, Starbird. Now, how about stop it? Because I'm tired of it. And I'm gonna get some of these comments on here so I can go ahead and end the stream. But I really am tired of it. And oh shit, I'm cutting that off. I don't think it's fair to either one of us as long as we really are like and you've admitted because you asked for tips and you have a Bitcoin account and you have a Patreon account and you monetize your YouTube account. So you're trying to get a little bit off of it. And if you really gotta can't work for a year and a half wherever you are, then fine, whatever. I don't care about that. But I don't do this for income. I do this to put coin in the karma bank. Because when I die, I don't believe like you Christians. No, I don't. I don't believe in the God of the Hebrews. Sorry. I believe I go right back to that. And hopefully I'll rot into the soil and something good will grow out of me. That I'll become good soil. And somebody told me the other day, they said, Bill, they believe that reincarnation was the way to go. And I'm like, well, instead of saying, that's crazy. I just said, well, if I'm ever reincarnated, I hope I'm reincarnated as soil. So good soil. So things could grow from me. I'm learning and growing because I'm 54 years old and I'm looking at a sky, a steel blue sky, and I'm looking at leaves and plants. I'm looking at things dying all around me, Starbird, and only our unity and our brotherhood, the fake issues put out by faker governments, from big oil that owns us all. We got to stop it somewhere. So I just try to bring a little awareness. Hey, you can't unring a bell. So I know I do try to be responsible with what I say. And yes, I admitted it. On here, you got 41 minutes and 13 seconds right now of me in there somewhere saying, I admit I said I'm sorry that I do get crazy on here just like anybody else and point my way. Like you're twisting things your way. I have said things my way and not shown both sides. But I do like to have people to think. So you got to show both sides to have them think. I do get a lot of flack and crazy stuff from people. Um, but it's, brother, I could not, that was the one stat I couldn't believe. I had like 470 something thousand likes and like 4,000 dislikes. I couldn't believe that. That when I saw that, and that was just a few months before my channel was reported that I self-destructed. So you're right, I self-destructed. And I got mad and I called them bastards. You saw some of them too, Starbird. You can say what you want. Them comments about my granddaughter and my daughter. Them men down there, they live like that. You know, but whatever. I'm gonna get off here. My whole point about this is you can live and let live. You can keep this going. You can keep entertaining. But you taking on a bigger responsibility because you're talking to several thousand people, and if somebody goes and does something because of what you said, you might want to think about that, Starbird. Because I ask them to think. I don't ever tell them to do except for be a better steward of their mother and to love their brother. I do tell people to love their brother and to love their sister, whether they like them or not. And I can appreciate your people not liking me, by the way. When you said that you and your people don't like me, but that you didn't hate me, I actually smiled on that one, Starbird. I'm gonna leave with that one positive note, that one positive thing I can say to you. That was the one thing you said where I actually smiled. I know you were saying it in a sarcastic way because some of them do hate me, and they made it very clear. Uh, and I've lost from this. I've lost from this. You ain't lost shit. Uh, um, but whatever. I'm at least you did that much. To everybody else out there, for Starbird, do what you got to do. This is me to quit saying it, so you don't say I'm obsessed anymore, and it does kind of make it look like it since I probably mentioned your name 3 times now, and this is my second video I think saying something about you. So we're about even on the video thing. You want to keep it going, fine. I don't want to be a part of it. I heard you blocked me anyway, so that's cool too. I don't want to see no more shit. I mean, I got enough problems. I'm gonna be honest with you too, Starbird, and anybody else out there that wants to come and bicker. And I'm not, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. I actually got some glasses y'all are familiar with, my reading glasses. Um, yeah, I called them here. I'm gonna answer a couple since the game doesn't change, just the players, man. You got. uh, uh, I did say that Starbird that you were swirling, that you had married a black woman and you were swirling. And I believe if you'll go look in the Urban Dictionary on Google, you will find that is a popular term used today to talk about biracial couples, not to talk about them bad. That's just what they're doing, and they swirling it up. By the way, got a niece and a stepdaughter that have beautiful children, all in our family. They all call me Papa or Uncle Bill. Uh, wouldn't trade one of them in the world. So I do hope you get your wish of having children with this woman. I'm sorry, Miss Bird, whoever you are, if anything I said to him to get to him, you took personal. I do not know you. You have not made a video of me. Um, you support your husband. That's what a good wife would do. You're supporting him now financially and with a home. That's what a good wife would do, and a woman that loves her man. So you love on your man. At least I know now he ain't some gay Mr. Rogers. I was kind of worried about him wanting to swirl with me, do a little squealing. Maybe he thought I was that kind of hillbilly and wanted him to squeal like a piggy, but I didn't really want him to. Backpedaling, hey, you know what? The game doesn't change. Fuck you, man. All you got to do is say is shit. I'm not backpedaling. I'm being motherfucking honest. So kiss my fucking rebel ass. You ain't nothing but a hater trying to start shit like him. So whatever, man. Keep writing. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Gone. Get gone, motherfucker. Look, y'all go back and look. This is why I don't like to go read the comments. You see there? That's why I'm gonna get off the comments and get off here. Fuck you, you hating motherfucker. Instigator. You're an instigating piece of shit, and you're the reason why black and white people ain't getting along today. People like you and the way Starbird brings in people like you. Look who's defending Starbird, y'all. Read his comments before he takes them all off. Oh, man, he's just trying to make it all this shit like I did all this. Whatever, bro. You just proved my point. You just proved my fucking point. Hey, none you be on a spare note, his story, and, you know, I take the man for his word on this if he's going to admit he's got a black wife and he moved from South Africa or wherever to go live with her. And he's going to give up working for a year and be a man. But he also admitted he didn't know any trade, so he's probably wherever they are, probably going to have to learn something. I think he will. But if she's taking care of him and he's loving on her and taking good care of her, hey, I'm cool with that. I take care of myself. I got my Karen Sue. She takes care of herself. That's part of our life. We never bothered to, because we don't live in the monetary world or we live out on a farm, so we got all our needs. But whatever he's got or whatever he's doing, I don't know. But if he loves his woman and he's taking good care of her like a man should, then fine. If it's gonna be a little money, and this is blinking on and off, I hope I'm here. Um, if it's always about money, then you can't have no love. If he's sucking off of her, well, he's a piece of shit. But I don't think he's doing that, and I got no reason to think he's doing that. I'm not going to cast aspersions on Starbird and his wife and what they do. What I'm doing is not backpedaling. I'm trying to be honest and say, hey, because I'm not the kind of man that attacks women. I'm not the kind of man that anything I've ever said. He took 600 or a group of people from around him took 600 of my fucking videos down that basically showed what I was, which is hard, independent, and looked and taking care of yourself. What do I say all the time? Quit hating and blaming because we're going nowhere. But nah, if he's taking care of his woman, then cool. Hold on, y'all. The comments keep popping off, so if they pop on again, or I don't know if I'm popping in and out. I'm on a weak Wi-Fi. That's another thing too, Starbird, and the people that's going to attack me. Everything that you say about me, your rags, you're digging, you're picking, you're trying to run me in the ground, you're trying to make me look like a white trash. I am. But I worked 31 years in the aerospace industry down in Georgia and in the energy industry building fracking rigs. That's why I want to destroy them now. I didn't build fracking rigs. I built directional drill heads, and we were lied to and told it was for steam pockets. 31 years, I never made less than never made less than 50,000 a year since I was 20 years old. And I think it was about 25. I never made less than 60. And I normally around 62 to 65,000 a year when I topped out with most of these jobs. Machinists gets paid about the same. 31 years. I stepped away because it was killing the planet. In 91, I actually stepped away from working full-time and working for aerospace when I started seeing the dead babies in Iraq being stacked up by the F-100 engines I was building for Pratt & Whitney Aircraft. Since then, Pratt & Whitney Aircraft is I'd worked 10 years for them. I'm former Navy and worked on the aircraft carrier. Going to Pratt & Whitney was very easy for me, and working in that engine assembly line I was very proud of it because I was former Navy. like I said, until I saw them stacks of dead babies in Iraq. Around 91 was also the time we had Clinton get in office, and we had the big lull. And I was trying to tell everybody, man, everybody was making good money, and nobody was thinking about nothing but themselves. And we kept talking about the setup, and then we even got distracted with that Monica Lewinsky thing. And then we get this ass clown and thinks it's going to be better, and he stays on vacation, and everybody, George Bush Jr., and he stays on vacation, and boom, September 11th. Since then, it's really been hell here. I mean, for the police state, like I said, where I feel a lot of you, and this is very important to the other white haters out there, and I'm about to get off here. I want you to think about something. When you instigate violence, racial violence in America, they got 1 million police to beat us, to shoot us, to kill us. These are sheriffs. These are people we could have even elected. They have military equipment running through our streets just like they got running through y'all's. We got everything y'all got, except we all get the illusion because we got stores and everybody seems to be working, and we got a jackass president, or whatever you think. We're entertaining y'all as well. And we got an underlying murder problem in America. But our brotherhood and our unity is between we the people. And guess what? I'm going to say it like it is. Around 1917, we didn't want nothing to fucking do with nobody, and we just wanted to be left alone, and we saved the world's fucking ass. And around the 1930s, we said the same thing. The 1940s, we sent our boys again. We've been fighting every goddamn other fascist fucking group out there, and they got over here finally. We fought them back, y'all. We're the ones laying boys down. So whatever on you goddamn what America is, I know what we do. So you got to quit ragging and if we don't get things right here in America, how are we going to be able to help anybody else? The corporations are going to take all of our money. How can we and still are the most generous nation in the world for charities and giving other people things and helping other countries. We can't help the government. But with y'all keeping us distracted or instigating our racism here in America when you don't live here and you don't know what you're doing because you're thinking about what's going on in your country, in your white colonized country, you need to think again. We're on the verge of making it or going to revolutionary war here in America. And maybe y'all want to see us do that. And you know what? Fuck you too. Once again, we saved your ass. So let us save our own ass. We the people are trying to save our own ass, and we don't need this white supremacist bullshit. We don't need the other side either. The extremists on both sides need to go away. Extremism and racism need to go away, but you small pocket of motherfuckers that are going to do it fine. We the people will win this. So remember that, Starburn. You're stepping on a lot more than what you think. Brother Mount. Yeah, I did it to myself. I just admitted that about 40 minutes ago. So if you're just getting in, you might be a little slow, or you just might be a little slow. But I don't know what you think. But if you're thinking, you ain't used to it, so don't do a whole bunch of it there, Brother Malcolm. Hey, rest of y'all, peace. I'm gonna get out of here. Starbird, whatever. You said may the best bird win one time. I thought that was kind of weird because I ain't a bird, I'm a man, and here I am. Last time, open invitation. I'm going to ask you to not live in fear. I'm going to offer you a fair shake. I will not go off. I will not ridicule you in any way. If I do, it will show that I have no honor. I will give you a fair debate on any issue you want to talk about. And some history, a little bit of history. I'd like to learn some from you since you seem to be so knowledgeable on that history there and are from there. So whatever, I'm offering you that. If not, make another video and be entertaining, bro. I don't live in fear. Here I am. If you don't live in fear, show your face. Other than that, the rest of y'all, I love you, and I'll get back with y'all later. I thought it was important to bury this hatchet because I'm about tired of losing channels. So all you Starbird fans, there you go. You can take what this video says and watch it if you can get through it. And I know it's going to be boring to you. But there you go. That's me. The next call is on him. Peace. I love you. And don't live in fear.